let's get this party, well, not party, but the celebration started. All right. It's only $100. Okay. I'm Harrison Kim. I am the bootcamp manager, camp operations manager in Shanghai, and it is my greatest honor to open tonight's demo day / 2-year anniversary. So thank you guys for joining us on a very, very special night. Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome the head of China Wagon, Thibaut Genete.
Thank you. Thank you, Harrison. Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. So happy to see all of these friends in the room. It's a very exciting time for me. Thank you so very much. Very good to have you. All of your guests, thank you for joining us. 2-year anniversary and demo day. This is what we're going to do tonight. Thank you for being with us. Now, I'm Thibaut Genete, the head of China for Wagon. It's a coding bootcamp. Started in Paris 5 years ago. We operate in 20 countries, on 5 continents, in 30 different cities. Today is a big day for Wagon. We have these amazing people to introduce you. But overall, we have 400 students graduated today in 16 different cities. It's going to be a big day for us. Thank you for being part of it. Now, we have bootstrapped this whole company 5 years ago, so apologize for a few of the mistakes you might have seen, but welcome to this party. We're very excited to have you here. Let me show you some of the people we work with. We have almost 4,000 students right now around the world. They share a passion for building things with code. They are an amazing community, very diverse community. We're very proud of all of them. Some people say it's one of the best tech communities in the world, really. Now, what they do essentially is that they build products. They ship products. Around the world, we have about 1,000 web applications or mobile applications that have been released. You can find them online. You can look up for any kind of demo days like today that we have done before. Very proud of their achievements. Now, they build things with code. Let me tell you the biggest challenge we have. This is one of the most often asked questions I get. The biggest challenge we have here at Wagon, in China specifically, I would say, focus. Focus is our biggest challenge because we try to make an impact. We want to change people's lives with technology. But so easily we get distracted. So easily we get pulled to a different direction because of a new project, because of a new idea. So the biggest challenge we have is actually to stay focused, to say no, to refuse in order to stay true to who we are. Training the next generation of leaders, training hackers. That's what we are here for. Now, one more thing, the best part of my job, the thing that drives me the most every single day is the diversity of people that we have in the community. Amazing amount of people. You're going to meet some of them tonight, the new graduates, and also the former students who came back today to share with you their projects, their startups. This diversity is quite amazing. Let's have a look. Look at them. Pay attention to those who are between 20 and 40 years old, because they are the builders of the world. Jack Ma said that. We wrote it on the wall, actually. Pay attention to those who are 30 years old, because they are the builders of the world. Here they are. An amazing amount of people, very diverse from all walks of life. And this is what is driving me the most. It's an amazing amount of people to meet. So you're going to meet them tonight. Now, essentially, this diversity is also represented by the instructors, the mentors, who decided to join us on this journey. Look at them. So many different people who are sharing their passion for code, sharing what they love. We're so proud of having them here. Over 30 instructors have been joining us in China for the past 2 years. Thank you, all of the teachers, for being part of this journey with us. Also, diversity of partners. Here they are. Hiring partners, training partners, community partners. Thank you all for coming here tonight. being part of this cause. We really appreciate it. One more thing, let's have a look at these people, freelancers. I want to give a shout out to these freelancers because what they're doing is extremely hard. They sustain their life by selling their time, their service, selling what they love essentially. So you can hire them, you can scan any of these QR codes and get one of these nurses to work for you. Amazing people, seriously. So keep up this hard work. All of the freelancers in the room, thank you. One more shout out for this super hard-working crew who decided 2 years ago to join us on this journey, to join the Wagon in China. So I have to say a big thank you to my partner Darnan and Maggie, Claire, Tim, Mark, Harrison, of course, Darren, Chen, Alan, Dan, Marky, Aro, Alina, and Amani. They all take care of the camps, all of the operations in the 3 cities where we operate. They are remotely working from Shanghai, Chengdu, and Shenzhen. So thank you so very much for all of what you have achieved in the past 2 years. You guys are amazing. I mean it. Now I want to kickstart this celebration with all of you here. Very simple way. I will count 3, 2, 1, and I want you to raise your glass and yell "Ganbei" with me. 3, 2, 1, Ganbei! Excellent.
Put it over your head, okay?
Absolutely. Now I've got a surprise guest for you. He's stuck in Berlin right now in a shitty hotel room, but he wanted to share something with you. So let's introduce
Hello, this is Boris, CEO and co-founder of Wagon. So I know tonight is a very special night because it's your demo day at the Naked Hub and you're about to present your products. But don't worry, it's going to be amazing. I know your products are great, so just enjoy and go for it. So first, I want to say a few words to the students of Batch 194 who just finished the program tonight. So I know it's been a very long journey. You've worked like crazy for the last 9 weeks. But what I want to tell you is these 2 months are just the beginning of your tech career. So tonight, you're starting your career in tech. And also, most importantly, you're joining the Wagon Global family, which is growing day after day. So you can be proud of yourself. And we are very proud tonight that you joined our family. So just enjoy tonight because you deserve it. Second, I want to give a big thumb up to the Wagon community in China. It's just incredible to see what you have all achieved for the last 2 years. There are so many talents in China that have joined tech companies after the Wagon, that have started their freelance career. So we are very impressed by what the Wagon China has built for the last 2 years. And we know again that it's just the beginning of the adventure for the Wagon in China. And the coming years are going to be amazing. So we look forward to seeing what are the next steps for the Wagon in China. So now for you, it's time to celebrate. So I guess I will just join you all and say, "Ganbei."
This is Boris Paria, he's the CEO and founder of Wagon, and he was stuck in Berlin working super late on some code for the new website coming out soon. Anyway, now, one last word. You guys all know, I guess you know, this is our mission. We teach people how to code so that they can change their life, get access to tons of new opportunities. But what does it mean, seriously, to change your life? It's a big statement, right? So in order to discuss this, I want to invite my friend Brian Tam. Where are you, Brian? Here he is. I want to invite Brian Tam to share and discuss what it means to change your life. Brian Tam is the founder of Let's Make Great. He's also one of the returning lecturers at the Wagon in China with his game named Prolo. Prolo is a game for innovators. Please welcome Brian Tam on stage for me. Thank you.
Hello. How you doing tonight? Woo! So, change your life, right? Thibaut gave me this as the prompt to talk about before all the great demos. He wants you to feel this idea of changing your life. So stick with me for a minute because I don't know where I'm going to go, okay? For me, this is really central to my own existence, my own way of being. 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I just came to China and I didn't know what I was going to be doing and I was very lost, and I'm sure this story resonates with a lot of us, right? Like, why am I here? What am I trying to do? What am I going to be doing in 5 or 10 years? How am I going to figure this thing out, right? This plagued me and just, you know, drove me in all types of strange directions, doing strange jobs, doing strange things. And so the question was, how do I change my life, right? And Thibaut gave me this prompt, and he said, I said, what do you want me to talk about? He said, just change your life. You know, that's, you know, there's 2 parts, right? Change your life, learn to code. And I was like, I don't know, it's very, very general. Can you give me a little more? And word for word, let me read you what he says. All right, he said, first one, this is Thibaut, all right? Number 1, change your life, go naked. Okay, all right, I can work with this, right? Change your life, go naked. That's actually quite inspiring, isn't it? So it made me think, all right, what does that mean? Change your life, go naked. Well, for me, it was the idea of going back into yourself, right? Stripping down to your bare essentials and figuring out who you really are. What are your core values? What are the things that you care most about? What are your dreams? What are your passions? What are the things that you are willing to die for? What are the things that you're willing to commit to? This is when you're truly naked, when you have nothing else left, and this is what you're willing to do, right? And for me, I realized that I went naked as an entrepreneur. I started out developing my company, Let's Make Great, 6 years ago, and I wasn't a trained consultant. I don't have an MBA. I don't speak any special languages. I'm not particularly smart. I don't have any money. I didn't have many friends. I really, truly, truly went naked, right? This was like, you know, just diving in and just seeing, if I have nothing, what are you going to rely on? Who am I at this point? And so for those, you know, first couple months and then years, I slowly started to figure out who I was. And so after a while, you can't be naked forever, right? And so eventually I found some clothes and I started to figure out what the next part of my career would be. And so that was the first prompt that Thibaut gave. Change your life, go naked. Figure out who you truly are at the core. Number 2, he said, change your life, take the pill. He said, oh, that's perfect. That's the perfect next step. After you're naked, right? What are you supposed to be doing? You have to make a decision, right? Obviously this comes from the Matrix. You have the red pill, you have the blue pill. Which one are you going to choose? Are you going to take the one that returns you back to your same old life, the life that you had in the past, working the same job, in your same position, doing the same thing again and again and again? Or do you want to see reality? Do you want to make a decision that's really going to allow you to do something different and change your life? Whatever that might mean, because it's different for all of us. And that difference comes from step 1, when you were naked. When you are truly yourself, what do you want to be doing? Naked. Number 2 then, right? Change your life, take the pill. Make the decision to commit to that lifestyle. And then of course, number 3, he had to put this one in here. Change your life, learn to code. Thibaut, right? He's giving me this as the prompt. Change your life, learn to code. And again, I don't really listen to exactly what he was saying, so I was thinking, what does that mean to me? I don't really want to learn to code. I'm a creativity consultant. I'm not in it for myself personally. But for me, learn to code is about working with your hands and building something. Truly, truly, truly building something. I think so many people, so many inspirational people say, change your life, do this, put your dreams out there, blah, 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 and something's going to happen. But I think not enough people are willing to be practical, to be putting the hours to figure out how to have a skill that you can actually use and transfer and transform an idea into something real. Whether that's an app, or whether that's a book, or whether that's like what we did, a card game called Proto. It's right up there. So later, if you're interested, we can play Proto, but that's not the point of tonight, all right? So the idea, though, is to turn your ideas as tangible as possible, however that is. For me, part of my craft is speaking. Part of my craft is design. Part of my craft is research, right? So once you have these skills, you can do something with it. You can package it. You can productize it. Then you can actually build a business. Then you can actually change your life, right? And here, obviously, we hear learning how to code. That's obviously very, very practical. And I think most dreamers who want to change their life don't do the practical fucking thing. We just have ideas, and that is not enough. And so, if you have these 3 ideas from Thibaut, right? I'm just recycling his own ideas. Number 1, go naked. Find out who you truly are when you have nothing else. When nobody is around you telling you who you should be, who are you? What do you really want to be doing? Number 2, take the pill. Are you ready to commit? Are you really wanting to make this decision? And number 3, be practical, learn to code. Thank you, Thibaut.
I'll speak without the mic. Yeah, thank you, Brian. I think those words are exactly what these 28 amazing individuals are doing. They went naked for 9 weeks. They took the pills together, and they learned to code together. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but that's exactly what they did. It's not an easy journey. It's not for everyone. So great job for all 28 people. Great job. Well, this marks the end of the 2-year celebration, and by the way, this is applaud in sign language. So later on, I might ask you guys to, or someone might ask you guys to applaud, but in sign language. Okay, everybody, just try it once. All right, you guys are doing a great job. You guys are good audience. Thank you. And now, starting now, we will start the demo day.
Chocolate croissants, it's small with your bitch cafe go late. Boo nigga, man, friends walk. Who you nigga, ha ha ha. Miss one, miss young, miss cutie pie. Young Louis, young Gucci tight. Young Lucy, young Lucy Mike. Rat a tat tat tat, knick-knack, kitty pat pat pat. Silly cat, you don't have that scratch. How you do that, do that, do that, that. Well, nah, well, my time is come. Oh, nah, ma, your time is done. Designer mama like a virgin. I've been just my flight, so fly virgin. I sell you by, that's my version.
Before we begin, I'd like to just say how recently there's been a growing trend of companies transforming themselves, becoming more digital. And one of those companies we've been lucky to partner together with and assist with their transformation process. So I'd like to invite the Decathlon COO, Olivier, to come on stage to share with you guys how they have been transforming digitally. Please welcome Olivier.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having us here. Thanks for the partnership. And thank you. It's the 3rd time I see you. I've had the chance to see you naked. I've seen you naked. So I confirm they have been naked a few times. I didn't take the pill yet, but I'm still hoping tonight I can get the pill. So there's still something to do. Let's move on. Next one. Basically, Decathlon is, no, let's go back. Decathlon is a simple company, we're a sports company. And, no, back, right. Our company is primarily, like you guys, about people. It's all about people. That's who we are, that's the way we are built, and that's what will make us sustainable. So after we will talk about tech, we will talk about improvement, we will talk about transformation, but it's all about people. So that's the message today as well. We are about partnership, we are about people, and that's people who make companies. It's not technology, it's primarily people and skills. And then of course we have products. We have innovative products, we have our own products. We have our friends from IKEA here tonight, they also have their own products, they're very different. But that's basically what we do. That's our trade, is products. And finally, we have customers. But the challenge for us is that the customers are changing very fast. So if we go to the next one, there's a guy who created a small company, Mr. Bezos, and basically he says that everything that was normal yesterday, or it was is just becoming normal. Just one question. Who has cash in their pocket tonight? If you have cash, raise your hand. Well, let's do the same one in Europe. It's going to be very different. How many times did you check your WeChat today? Yeah, you're addicted. That's gone. Okay? Today, when customers come to our stores, 7 out of 10 will pay with their mobile. 7 out of 10 already. 2 years ago, it was just nobody. So everything's changing. That means tech is everywhere, and we need to integrate tech into any traditional business like ours. We used to sell products in boxes on parking lots. That's gone. That's gone. That's only part of it. So we need to evolve. So basically, if we look at where the model is going today, of course there is online. Of course there is social e-commerce. So the buzzword now is about WeChat mini programs. Any company who doesn't have a WeChat mini program is looking like idiots, even though nobody is going to know how it's going to work. But that's where everybody's going, because there's this race to being social and e-commerce. And then, of course, the other buzzword is data. Today, clouds are full of data. Very few companies know how to use data. So we need the tech, we need the programming, we need the talents to convert data into real experience. That's the way it's moving. If we go to the next one. And then, if we focus on our business, then there's a number of solutions that are extremely important. I was discussing with another small company called Tencent last week, and Tencent now is hot about facial payments. And they're so hot that companies who will install facial payment will not pay commission. Well, if you're a company, that's very tempting. You can get all your payments for free because the mobile phone is going to be becoming the thing. Of course, if we have your face, if you come into the store, we know who you are, we can recommend products, we can enter into a special relationship. And you've probably heard that there is a lot of issues about privacy all over the world, including in China. It's just happened that your face is not private. Your mobile phone will become private, your WeChat number will become private, but your face is not private. So all companies are racing to get facial recognition, and that's the big thing that all companies are working on. Okay, so it's a constant race on how to still do our business, but to integrate technology. That's why it's important to have you guys, it's important to your thinking, all the previous students, all the companies, and that's going to be my last slide. Basically, we are a traditional company, but the future is about partnerships. The future is about opening all companies to work with different partners, whereas they are permanent, where there are students, where are startups. Last week, we finished one of the Hackfest with Microsoft. It was just amazing. And in that, we do anything from web searching to algorithm for supply to face recognition. The amounts of things we can do are just unbelievable. The tough thing for us is to make choices. But after, talents are unlimited, the projects are unlimited. So if you just remember one thing from my quick presentation is if you're interested in innovating, if you want to work with a company that is recruiting talents, just come and see us. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Olivier. We still have a few empty seats in front, so if you're standing in the back, you may come forward and conquer these seats. Otherwise, we will go on and start with batch 194's demo day. First up, we have You Choose. Helps high school students choose universities better. Next, we have Just to Know. Helps deaf people book interpreters on the go. Sports Go. Helps lower barriers to learning new sports. Lili Sha minimizes food waste. And Mind Rock strengthens your mind and soul through daily challenges. Skate City helps the skater community grow stronger. And Ida helps you plan your dining decisions quickly with your friends. Not only do we have students from this batch today, but we have students from the past, our alumni from the past joining us here today. We have our alumni community, and they're part of many startups now, and they are making changes in the digital landscape in Shanghai. And today we've invited 6 of them to join us, and you can see their booths on over here. Please wave. Okay. So if you're interested to learn more about them, you can go over there after the demos have finished and ask them what have they been working on, what's their startup about. But they will also be pitching their ideas to you guys in between our student demos. So we have GAMS, Move Shanghai, Launch CN, the Care Voice, Mobile Interactive, and Spare Leash. 6 startups will be pitching in 90 seconds what they're about in between our student pitches. So it's my greatest honor. Let's give a warm welcome to our first student demo of the night, YouChoose.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Harrison. My name is Stuart, and I'd like to begin by warming you up with 3 quiz questions. All right? So number 1. How many universities do you think there are in the United States? Any guesses?
3,000.
3,000, I hear, a bit more.
2,000.
More. Okay, it's about just over 4,500 universities in the US. Number 2. Of the international student body in these US universities, what percentage do you think are Chinese students?
30%.
That's about right, around 30%. So about a third of them are Chinese students, which is the biggest minority, and this is growing each year. Third question. Chinese students tend to use agencies to help them apply when they are looking to study in the US. Any guesses as to how much this can cost at the upper end? How much would a Chinese student pay? Sorry? $50,000. $50,000?
$1 million.
Wow. You're pretty close. The answer is at the upper limit, around $80,000 or 700,000 RMB, just to apply to a university. So this is one of the most difficult decisions someone can make. It's a huge decision, and you know, it's something which tens of thousands of Chinese students are facing every year. The same question, which US university do I apply to, and how do I do that? This is difficult. And so this is why we have developed YouChoose. YouChoose helps to connect prospective Chinese students looking to study in the US with current US university students. Now in our team, we just so happen to have someone who has gone through this exact process himself. This is Thomas. He's the youngest member of our Wagon batch. And for real, next January he is going to study. Next January he's going to study in the US for real. So Thomas, tell us a little bit about why this process was so difficult.
Yeah. Sure. Whoa. Okay. So I've just experienced the whole university application process in the US, and it's so tough. So I haven't been to any of it, so that's gonna be a huge problem. So for many international students like myself, we do our decision mainly by researching online. And for Chinese students, that means we only look at the rankings, which is really not the way to do it. For me, luckily, I've got a few university friends from different universities, so I actually can speak to someone at last. But for many more students who base in China, they don't have such resources. Their high school might not have this kind of alumni system, so that's why we've got YouChoose. And here, it's my dad. He's gonna go over the whole YouChoose process.
Well, hello everybody. So I'm Thomas's dad, and I'm going to help him with this huge decision on which university I want him to go to. Okay? Okay. And we're going to use YouTube. And so, as you said, finding the right mentor is very, very important. So the first thing we're going to do is hit the Find the Mentors button. And after you hit the Find the Mentors button, you can see that there's over 100 mentors already listed on this website. But we want to find the most relevant person for you as quickly as possible. So we can go to the search bar, and we can search by university majors or mentors, and we know that we think that New York University is a good one to go to. So we're going to put in New York in the search bar. And after that, we can see that there's about 40 different mentors which are listed. And you can see their names, the university they're going to, the degree they've studied, the reviews they've had in the past, and how much they cost for 30 minutes of video chat. So each time we chat with them. Okay? But it's still a bit wide. So we're going to narrow down the search to what we want to study. So, son, what do you want to study? Architecture? Yeah, you want to study architecture. So we're going to put in architecture. And after that, you can see the search is narrowed down to 6 mentors. And looking at all these faces, Jay looks to be a good candidate. He only costs $12 US for 30 minutes. He's got a good high reviews, 4.9. So we're going to click on Jay, and we're going to look a bit more at his profile. And from his profile, we can see a bit about his background. We can see how he can help us. He's doing a bit of MMA, which is a bit dangerous, so that's kind of cool. And we can look at the reviews that he's had in the past. And you can see all the comments that the previous people have made. And as an added bonus, we can even see the latest information on New York University in the last tab. So you can see it by gender, the breakdown of the students in terms of population. And you know what? New York University is one of the only ones with more females than males. Is that a good thing, son? Yes. Well, we'll have that talk later. Okay. So you can see the admissions rate as well, and the SAT score. So son, you're going to be fine because you can get all those SAT scores. And most importantly, you can also see the costs. So you can see the tuition fees and the total average annual cost that's going to cost me to send my son to school. So $80,000 US every year to go to New York University. So son, you might have to get that job part-time at Starbucks while you're over there. Okay? Okay. Right. But the best way to get the information is by talking with Jay directly, the mentor himself. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. The first way is through the chat. And up to now, everything on this platform, including the chat, is free of charge. So what we're going to use the chat for now is just to set up the video chat with Jay. So we can see that he's available for 7:45. Shall we have the chat with him, son? Sure. Okay, we're going to have the chat with him. Okay. At 7:45, and now it's about 7:45. So we're going to go straight into the video chat with Jay. Now this is the payment part of the platform. So as soon as we hit the start the video button, a counter's going to start and it's going to calculate the payment for the total chat time that we're going to have. Shit.
Hey Thomas.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I want to talk about the architecture major and why can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, sure, Thomas. Anyway, it's a very solid choice of architecture, especially if you want to. It's a great choice. You want to do commercial architecture, being in New York City means that Can we show the video?
Both microphones are turned off right now.
Okay.
All right.
And from the 30-minute discussion, how useful, valuable this discussion will be with the mentor. The other thing you can see, as soon as we leave the video chat, you can see how long the video chat took, about 1 minute 12 seconds, and you can see exactly how much the video chat cost. So it costs 48 cents, which is a bit less than the 80,000 US dollars which Stuart mentioned before. And because the service has been so good, what we can also do just before we leave the platform is leave a review. So Jay's information was great, we're going to give him 5 stars. And we're going to say, thanks Jay for saving me $79,999 US dollars and 30 cents. Great. Thanks everybody.
Cool. So, as you can see, we're trying to make it as easy and convenient and affordable as possible for potential prospective Chinese students to connect with the people who really matter to them, to get the first-hand information from current US university students, and also to incentivize the current US university students to sign up to the platform. So we really hope that YouChoose could could be a really valuable and viable addition to a prospective student's decision-making toolbox, along with many other tools which already exist. So everybody, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the team as well. Chris as our product manager, Thomas, our front-end developer, Jay, has come all the way from America. And myself, thanks for collaborating with me too.
All right, thank you, YouChoose. So while the next team is setting up, I'm gonna ask our first startup of the day, Gams, to come share with you in 90 seconds what they're all about. And after the demos, you can ask them over there at their booth more about what they're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, Gams.
Gams is not my name. Hi, what would you do if I told you that you could, in a very accessible way, increase by 10% the productivity of your everyday work and the work of your team? And on top of that, you could reduce sick leave, increase staff happiness, all the while consuming less energy in your working environment. Hi, I'm Stefan, and I'm the founder and CEO of Gams, a smart environment management platform. We use the power of IoT and data intelligence to deliver all those benefits to our users and more. I didn't prepare that very much. I was, I'm actually, working a lot for the company. So we're already in the market. We've been expanding in Asia for the past 18 months. We've got a lot of great successes in schools and with big brand names, Naked, WeWork, Decathlon as well. Right now I'm looking for young talents to join us in this exciting adventure. We already have revenue. We're actually going to be profitable this year. And we're looking for tech people, marketing people, sales, if you have that talent. I'm terrible at it. And help us grow even more around the world. Thank you. That's it.
All right, thank you, Gams. Next up, we have Justuno, which helps deaf people book interpreters on the fly. Ladies and gentlemen, Justuno.
Hello, my name is Sophie, and my passion is helping the global deaf community. You see, I was born profoundly deaf. I wear 2 cochlear implants to help me hear and speak, and I'm fluent in Australian Sign Language. I know I'm a very privileged position as a deaf person because so many deaf people rely on hearing interpreters to become the hearing voice. And you see, in most situations that needs to happen. At school, in a job interview, all the way to medical situations, medical emergencies. Simple situations that we all take for granted. Because this is actually a problem. Getting access to interpreters is extremely difficult. Why? Well, interpreters still need to travel to interpret base to base. They travel more than they are interpreting, and as a result, they only can interpret for 4 people per day. This doesn't work, and this is why we've created Just to Know, an online platform where we can do the exact same service, but online. For example, Marine's deaf. She uses Australian Sign Language, and she just bumped into her friend Lionel on the street. But Lionel's hearing and he doesn't know any sign language, but that's not a problem anymore. All she needs to do is go to Just to Know, and she can also go on the list of what interpreters are available. Okay, there's 10 interpreters online. Alright, that's pretty good. Now, Marine's going to pick an interpreter. Okay, she's going to pick Aaron Hallett because he seems to have really good ratings, 5 stars. The bio looks pretty good. Okay, let's give him a call.
Marine says, guest tuner is awesome. See you later.
Right now is in Australia. How amazing is that? Marine can get an interpreter in Australia right now to interpret because she just bumped into her hearing friend on the street. And now all she has to do is just log out and she gets on with her day.
This problem affects 5% of the population globally. There's about 70 million people globally who rely on sign language as their primary means of communication. So a platform like Gestuno will help them tremendously. We have the privilege to inform you guys that in 2019 we plan to launch in Australia. Some people might be asking why Australia. We believe the market is ready for such a platform. There are currently 30,000 Auslan registered users in Australia, but they're currently only served by 500 interpreters. That's an amazing 1 interpreter per 600 people. So you can understand why there's such a big need for this service. Our plan is simple for next year. We hope and aim to provide about 1 million minutes of VRI to the Australian community, and hopefully the company will be cash flow positive. We believe this is achievable and realistic. And then, hopefully, by the end of next year, into 2020, we should be able to provide the same service for British Sign Language and Australian Sign Language en route to provide service for the global deaf community.
I just really want to thank from the bottom of my heart for my team, Bill, Marine and Lionel, as well as the team of the Wagon, and as well as Aaron, the interpreter in Australia, for making this come true for me, because this has been something that I've wanted to do for a long time that really can change lives of 70 million deaf people. Thank you.
Amazing, right? Just amazing. You know how long it took them to build that? 9.5 days. 9.5 days. All right? You, sir, over there, who's not listening. What were you doing on Monday?
I was sitting at my office.
Sitting at my office. Okay, these guys, I won't do the naked thing again. These guys, they started from a blank piece of paper and they drew their DB schema, they planned their entire thing in 9.5 days and made it real, and that's what you just saw. Overseas live chat with an Australian interpreter. How amazing. All right, next, our 90-second pitch. We have Move Shanghai. Can we have Move Shanghai on stage, please?
So first of all, I want to say that this is really awesome to be back on the stage. 3 months ago, I graduated from the very last batch here. And then seeing you guys now, after 2 weeks building already the 2 products that I saw, is pretty amazing. So I'm really happy to be here, really happy to see you guys' progress in the last 9 weeks. And excited to kind of tell you about my story now, 3 months later. So,
90 seconds.
Over the past 3 months, I've been working for a company called Move Shanghai. And with 2 other Wagon alumni, we built their mini program, a WeChat mini program. So now Move Shanghai is a company that's trying to solve the problem of the hassle in getting a gym membership. The way that we solve this is by giving you a ton of very high quality fitness activities and options throughout Shanghai. Now, that might be yoga, that might be rock climbing, that might be gyms, that might be 5-star swimming pools, that might even be pole dancing if you're really into that. I've seen a couple of my guy friends even doing it. It's not a bad thing to try. What's really cool about this is the fact that it's accessible. You see a ton of different activities on our platform that you can book within an instant, and the fact that you don't really have to commit to anything. Traditionally, you would buy a membership, but now with our new Move Go feature, you can purchase instantly any class that you see under our Move Go platform. So if you guys are interested in hearing more about Move Shanghai, we are set up right over there. We have Max, one of our lead developers, in the back. Jasmine's also coming later. All the Wagon graduates, all happy to talk about our own story and about how we have gone from, this, what you see now, to actually developers. So really cool to be here again. And if you guys are interested in Move Shanghai, please come over and chat with us. We're happy to talk. Also, 50 RMB coupons to our platform. I don't know if you guys want to get in there for like nice little 50 RMB. All right, thanks guys. Have a good night.
All right, thank you, Alex. And next up, we have SportsGo.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Someone here just like to try a new sport? Please raise your hand. Yeah, so many people. So wouldn't it be very helpful if someone just guide you through learning a new sport? Would it be very great that someone could play it together with you and until you come up with very good level? Yeah. So on another hand, it's very interesting that we could discover a totally new sport, just like French pétanque or Finland skittle. But this niche sports quite require very special playground or equipment. So these 2 examples allows us to have our own solution. SportsGo. SportsGo allows you to organize the sports activity very properly. So just show our our product to you. Thank you.
Hi guys. Hi. If you have ever faced that scenario where you just cannot find one person to play sport with, show me your hand. Yeah, because there are so many sports that you can only do with others, like basketball, football, badminton, and tennis. Right now, I'm in an awkward situation. You see, today is Friday, which is supposed to be a good time to have some fun, right? But after 5 days working, sitting in front of the computer, now I just want to play some sports, shake off all my stress, and by the way, do some exercise. But as you can see by my figure, I'm not an expert sports player. The easiest sport that I like is badminton. Okay, so now all I need is persons. I call all my friends, but they all say they are so tired after 5 days and they just don't want to go out tonight. But well, that's fine, whatever. Because very lucky, I just found this WeChat mini app called SportsGo at Wagon Demos Day. Sounds very helpful to me, right? There are so many So many different sports created by different users on this app. So I searched for badminton. Yeah, badminton. Here are several badminton events, but I prefer the one that is not so far away from me, and of course, tonight. So I found one. Yeah, cool. And the description said it's just for amateur fun. Well, that's just for me, right? And I can also click on the owner's avatar to see his profile. Wow, he seems to be an active user on this app. Looks very reliable, right? And according to the message down there, and see more replies, and obviously they have some talking, and they seem to have some fun after sports. Well, I don't have anywhere else to go tonight anyway, so why not just join them? Okay, so now do sports and make new friends at the same time. Wonderful idea, isn't it? Okay, now time to go.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Boris. Well, I'm a coder. I'm also a part-time fitness trainer. I love coding because when I was writing the code, I feel like I found my inner peace. And I also love sports because it helps keep my physical healthy and also help get really tired after like late night codings. Yeah. So actually, working as a freelancer, my time is quite flexible. And sports for me is all passion and sharing. I'm so eager to share my sports spirit and skills and passion to the others. And also, well, it's not really important for me, but if I can also make some money from sports, well, I don't mind. So I found this amazing sports platform called SportsGo on Wagon's demo day. And it's a place where a lot of people are joining sports together and doing sports meetups. And actually, I think most of you guys have a profile on LinkedIn for your career development, of course. And I think most of you are coders, so I think you also have a profile on GitHub, right? And actually, I'm doing the same thing here on this platform. I'm also building a sports profile on this platform. Because the system is actually assessing each user in terms of several indicators like how many events you have held and joined, how active you are, how many people liked you, how well you're interacting with others, and so on and so forth. And if you scroll down, yes, and there is also a chart that shows how many sports you have tried, you have discovered on this platform. And I believe that this is a great message, there's a great message behind this chart that the programs of this app are trying to pass to you guys, that they are encouraging you to discover more sports. And by the way, does anyone here has any idea on that how many sports categories are there in the world right now? How many sports categories? 3,000. Oh, good guess. Okay, so to be honest, I don't know the answer to this question. Yeah, but no, yours is wrong. Yeah. But actually what I do know is that in Olympics Games, there are 28 men's sports categories and over 300 subcategories. And I happen to know that there is a sports brand company called The Custom, and they are actually providing sports products for over 80 sports categories. Yeah. So there is just so much to discover, and why not just stand up and go and just do sports? Yeah. So actually, as the active sports user of this app, I host some events. Let's go to my host page. I host some events from time to time, and most of them are fitness. I mean, some of them are free. I just want to work out with some random guys or girls better. And some of them are not, because I'm also opening some like personal fit training for beginners. It's just to make some money from the rookies, like what Wagon is doing for a living. And it's super easy on this platform to start a new event, and you can just click on the plus. Yes, they have a really nice design form, and most of the fields are predefined. You can just select from a list. Yes, and yeah, and maybe just choose a location on the map. Yeah, really easy to use. Okay. So let's go back. And there is also a message center on the right corner of my profile where I can check. Let's go to the message center. Yeah. Since I have 2 unread messages where I can check all the messages sent to me. And of course, if I click into it, I can interact with the users. So I think I'm going to reply them later, because actually I plan the personal training tonight, and I think it's time for me to get some warm up. But I'm going to leave the stage to my colleague, Tianzhu. Yeah, welcome, Tianzhu.
Hello, everyone. As you may know, we 4 guys all come from a sports company. That's the reason why at the first place we decided to make a sports-related application, which is Sports Go. We believe sports is great. Sports is a lifestyle everyone should try. So we hope through our Sports Go, we can make sports more accessible for you guys. And if you have any questions or suggestions, just let us know after the demo. We are more willing to listen to your advice. So quickly, I'd like to thank you and reintroduce our awesome team. Like Ada, come here. She's our front-end developers. Without her, we cannot make these beautiful UI and UX interactions. Thank you, very awesome. Our back-end developers. He's he's more focused on the API, and he makes the API works really well with our front end. So you guys know how hard it is to make a perfect API. So thank you, all really awesome. He's our lead developer. He's kind of the Bible of coding in our team, which means that no matter you have problems, refers to JavaScript, CSS, maybe Python, maybe Ruby on Rails, he can solve it in 1 second. Really, that's a true story, 100% true. And myself, I'm the project manager of this Sports Go. I'm more focused on the user needs and how to solve the user's pain point. So, thank you very much. And on behalf of our team, big shout out to Batch 194 and especially our mentors. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Sports Go. Before Lilisha and before I invite Launch CN on stage, I just want to do a little quick dad joke. Dad joke in Chinese is kind of like 冷笑话, okay? So whoever gets this answer correct will get a t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. Like this one. Yeah, this one. All right, so first question. What do you call a fish with no eyes? Raise your hand. A fish with no eyes. Don't be shy, guess. Say it louder. Why? There's no eye in the fish, so it's... Sorry, Magic Mike's not going to be here tonight, so no Magic Harrison. All right, so we'll move on to Launch CN. So please welcome Launch CN.
Hey there, everyone. All right, hello everybody. So my name is Sergio. I'm an instructor for Wagon, and I've instructed I think over 50 students now, and I've seen several batches go forward, and they're all doing amazing things right now. Actually, the thing that I'm pitching right now, Launch CN, is a kind of a byproduct of seeing all of these awesome students grow, because a lot of them, they grow and then they want to actually jump into doing something entrepreneurial. They want to make a product. But they, at the same time, they have to deal with a bunch of bureaucratic BS, things like registering a company, finding an accountant, and all these kinds of things. And so, having come from a background myself of doing all this stuff on my own, I decided to make the process really easy. So then that way, anytime anybody wants to do something entrepreneurial, they can just focus on doing their product. They don't have to worry about any of the complex things that come with actually running the business on paper. So we made a company called Launch CN, and over there, here's Xiaohu. He has the website on. And shall we walk slowly across? So we have a special deal coming because of Wagon batch 194. So, to celebrate these awesome students at their graduation, we will now offer not just Wagon students, but every single person in here, anybody who wants to register their business, can do it at a ridiculously low price of 5,500 RMB. Which, for any of you who have asked around, that price sounds ridiculous because most agencies charge like 15,000. So, anyways, anybody here just in celebration of Wagon students batch 194, we will now sell business registration for 5,500. Yep, and you can take this deal for the next 5 days. After 5 days, it'll expire. So anyone interested or anybody who knows somebody that needs to register a business, you can come back here and we'll go ahead and take your information. Sensitivity.
One more? Okay, but no t-shirt this time. Let's see. All right. What did the janitor say? The janitor, right? The cleaning person. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Wait, who said that? What, louder? Supplies! Supplies! Alright, cool. Alright guys, let's welcome Lili Xia.
One-third of all the food produced for human consumption is wasted globally each year. Chinese households generally don't waste that much food, but restaurants in China, on the other hand, tend to waste a lot. And what is really sad is that most of this food is actually perfectly fine to eat. My team and I felt like we had to do something about this problem, so we created Lili Xia. Lili Xia is a mini program and a tool to connect restaurants with excess food with hungry people in Shanghai.
As a restaurant owner in Shanghai who owns an Indian restaurant, I actually have a huge problem. I waste a lot of food. I cook curry in batches, and by the night time, if I have no customers, I have to throw it away. So an interface like Lili Xia basically helps me to find customers and offer promotions with discounts for food that otherwise would go wasted. Now, think of the markets that this could serve. Hungry Wagon coders who are working, slaving late at night for their final project just to get it finished. They need food late at night, and there's no app for that. What about the Indian producer of food who cooks curry in batches and basically has nowhere to sell it? He has to throw it away afterwards.
Or the lazy millennials who doesn't know how to cook and they're always on the lookout for a good deal. So Kitty, can you please explain how this actually works?
Yeah, sure. So Samir, our Indian restaurant owner, got a bunch of leftover curry for today. Someone just canceled his booking for 30 tables just before he closes the door. Poor guy. But don't worry, we have Lili Xia to help him. So right now, just let us create a new promotion for that. So I think we got some chicken curry today, and usually it costs 100 RMB per set. It's pretty expensive, but today I want to give it maybe 50% discount because I want people to come by as soon as possible. And please come here earlier because it only serves from 7 to 10 p.m. And also I want to upload a very nice photo so that it can make it more delicious. And finally, let's just save it very easily. Yeah, maybe, that one. That's great. Yeah. So right now, our promotion has already been sent to the Xiaoming program. I know You have been already hungry for a while, Ellen. So what do you want for dinner?
Yeah, I'm actually craving curry tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and look for the promotion that Samir just created. There it is. Sorry, technical difficulties. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and claim it right away. I see. There we go. So what happens next, Kitty?
Oh, great. So Samir just got a claim from Ellen. And it seems that Ellen only has 1 hour to pick up the food, so be quicker. And right after she got the food, Samir only have one thing to do, is to go to the claim page and easily change the status from received to confirmed. Well done, Samir.
Perfect.
So there you have it. The restaurant has been able to shed off excess food that it would have otherwise have gone to waste. A hungry millennial is fed, the environment is safer, and I'm apparently a creep. It's a win-win-win situation for everybody over here. Especially for people like restaurants who need to increase their profitability and cannot afford to waste food. For people looking for a delicious meal late at night and are seeing opportunities missed. And also for the environment that's seeing so many problems with food wastage as a huge pain in this world. Lili Xia looks to solve all that. So what are the next steps for this app right now? Where do we plan to take it? Well, as you can see right now we have a claim system, but we plan to have a POS where people can make direct purchases on the app. We plan to actually have a delivery system. Rather than having people just come to pick up the food from the restaurant, they would actually be able to get it delivered very late at night when other food delivery apps are offline. And we also actually plan to be able to scale up for the retail. As you can see, we have our admin page over here, and we want the admin to offer real-time analytics for restaurants to have a more sustainable business. So help save food, save the planet, and please buy Lili Xia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lili Xia. All right, next up, in terms of our 90-second pitch, we have the Care Voice.
Hi everybody. It's always a pleasure to be around the Wagon folks, as I'm an alumni of Wagon also. So today I will briefly introduce what is Care Voice. So Care Voice is a Shanghai-based insurtech startup. We are striving to transform health experience along the way. So we are addressing 3 key issues. The first one is the mistrust of consumers in healthcare services. The second one is the gap of digital services. And the third one is health insurance profitability issues. So for those insurers who want to tap into these 3 key issues, we are providing a SaaS solution. This SaaS solution is basically, we solve mistrust by providing a rating and recommendation engine for healthcare providers. And to the insurers partners, we are providing a comprehensive digital journey that they can bundle with their insurance plan. So recently we have been mainly focusing our time on 2 new initiatives. First one on which I spend most of my time is our first blockchain roadmap and our first blockchain-based features coming in early 2019. And second, and not the least, we have been successfully launching a company called Startup Care, which is a brand new health insurance plan tailor-made for startups. So if you want to make your team insured and provide benefit to your team and retain them, it's happening over there. Yeah, thank you.
I'll take it. Thank you. Okay, next up, we have Mind Rub, which strengthens your mind. Should we do one more dad jokes, or? Yeah? All right, okay. One more dad joke, let's see. All right, we'll do two. One is like, we did it last batch, so let's see who's been here last batch. What do you call a concert that costs 45 cents? What do you call a concert that costs only 45 cents? Yes! 50 cent featuring Nickelback. Nickel is 5 cents, right? So 50 cents featuring Nickelback. Okay, good. All right, next we have Mind Rock.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Avery, and this is Ben. So, what's everyone doing here tonight? Yes, you are here to see how your families and friends have grown. And I'm here to show you my personal growth over the last 2.5 months. So we all here for one same reason, growth. What's growth exactly? Growth is something keep us motivated to take challenges, to make changes. Just like when you want to grow muscle, you go work out. So what if I want to grow muscle in my mind, meaning I want to be stronger, be tougher, be sharper? Any tips?
Let's drink it.
Great tip, Ben. I'll take that next time. But to build stronger minds, that's what Mind Rock is here for. Mind Rock is a WeChat mini program with real-life challenges for people to grow. Now let's take a look. How does it work?
All right, so we're just going to quickly go through our mini program. We have 3 features we want to show you. One is an individual feature, one is a team feature, and one is how to actually complete the challenge. So we have a challenges page with lots of different categories like creativity, self-awareness, communication. Communication is one that I'm particularly interested in. Family and friends in particular. Going home for Christmas is always pretty brutal, especially being an expat. You get a lot of career, wife questions. Okay, so this one is medium difficulty. It's about the task. So have you been putting off hard conversations? Take this challenge to have one hard conversation each day. Alright, doesn't seem too bad. So I could do it on my own, or I could do it as a team. So tonight we're going to do it as a team. Okay, so here I am. I want to share it with my team. Okay, so I'm going to invite 3 people in this room, actually. Your mind rocks. Okay, send. Alright, so I've sent this challenge, alright? So I'm trying to create a team of people to do this challenge with. In the meantime, whilst they're accepting it, I just want to show you my individual challenge, which I started 3 days ago. This challenge was to tell a stranger a riddle each day. So I've done 3 days. I'm just going to show you one of the days. History. So you can take a journal, and so you take a photo and you write a sentence. So on this day, I told my friend Sebastian, I said, what goes up when the rain comes down? Anyone?
Umbrella.
Umbrella. What else? What? Yeah. Okay, so lots of answers, but it was fun. He goes, which is something I don't think that great in French, but anyways, that was my journal for the day. I felt liberated. Okay, so now back to our team journey. We have 4 people in the team now. So there's me, Avery, Claire, and Benjamin. Benjamin's already completed the task. He's gone so hard. Okay. So let's quickly run through how we can actually complete a challenge. So this challenge is to have a hard conversation with someone each day. And we've been building products for the last 3 weeks and shipping them. And when you're working in a team, things get a little testy. So actually, Avery, there's a conversation I've been meaning to have with you.
Uh-huh.
There was a few days ago, I mean, we work together well, but there was a few days ago, it was lunchtime, you were eating dumplings. You didn't ask me if I wanted one.
I had dumplings?
What's up with that? Yeah. You don't remember?
I will make sure next time you will have some.
Yeah, I'm bulking, I'm trying to, just feed me, alright. So this is my hard conversation for the day, and to be honest, I'm really glad I got it off my chest. So I'm going to journal about it, alright? So I can take a photo. Avery, can we take a photo together?
Why not?
Yeah. Best friends again. And how was the challenge? It was hard, but it was, I'm going to say, excellent. I'm going to say good, just for typing's sake. Challenge done. Awesome job. Day one, down. So this is how we complete our 3 user journeys. We have many more features on our app, which we would love for you guys to check out. But for now, this is what we're going to show you. In the future, we're looking to make this digital world, which is this online versus offline world, connect more. So this is our trajectory into the future.
So as simple as it seems, Mind Rock are small stepstones for stronger minds. Thank you.
Just before we go, I will say we have some serious artillery in our team. One is Mr. Benjamin, our lead developer. Where are you? Benjamin. And then we have Claire on the front end, and Avery also on the back end.
And of course, our product manager, Ben.
All right, great job. I'll invite the next 90-second pitch speaker up. We have Mobile Interactive. Adam is also one of our alumni. He's actually from the same batch as I was in last year, October.
You missed it. I didn't know what we were doing. Sorry. Hey guys, I'm Adam, and like he said, I'm from the same batch. We were in 112, which was December of last year we graduated. So it's been exactly a year. It's kind of like, feels good to be back already. In that time, I've been working with a company called Mobile Interactive. We make digital therapeutic products. And I also recently just started my own agency with another alumni. She's not here at the moment. But yeah, we help people create their China strategy, kind of, if you're a foreign startup. So about the product that I'm going to pitch, this is a Mobile Interactive product. So we are a pill-popping species. Pharmaceuticals have been dominating the healthcare industry for over 100 years, and often they come with a lot of negative side effects. Some of them are so severe that people try to stop even taking their, following through on their treatments. Now, pharmaceuticals are designed for the masses. They're not designed for individuals. They're also very expensive and they're hard to distribute. Think about trying to get some medications to rural China, for example. Is a scientifically backed digital therapeutic, and our aim with it is to personalize treatment, have fewer side effects, and lower the barriers to distribution because people only need to use their cell phones. Now, is the first digital therapeutic with objective and remote assessments of stress at scale, which means that you can get a scientifically validated measure of stress outside of the laboratory. Now, we use, without using a wearable, we just use the camera's device and AI to recommend a mindfulness meditation session, the same ones that people pay a lot of money to get. The efficacy of has been verified through 2 random controlled trials, and the results are as follows. There's been a 10% increase in stress resilience, a 4% increase in physical endurance, and a 12% increase in mental well-being, which has been measured by a psychological assessment after strenuous activity in a lab. Now, our focus is primarily B2B. We partner with insurance companies to help lower premiums and increase well-being. We also have a WeChat mini program that we're about to release, and it's focused on helping pregnant women prevent postpartum depression. Now, to date, we have several thousand B2C users on our app. They've all come through organic growth. Now, I'm Adam, this is from Mobile Interactive. We have a booth right over there, so you can come talk to me after. And that's it. Thank you very much.
All right, one dad joke, okay? Just one this time. Why was a zebra crying in front of the piano? All right, what did he say before he started crying when he looked at the piano? Going once, going twice.
Kill my brother.
Close. The zebra said, Dad? All right, next, we have Skate City.
So, skateboarding first arrived in China in the 90s. Now, there are over 200,000 and growing skateboarders in Shanghai alone. Probably none in this room right now. Well, as China is constantly modernizing and developing, this constantly creates new landscapes and opportunities to skate. Just like China has the biggest Starbucks in the world, it also has the biggest skate park. Now, these skaters, they want to find new places to skate, but they also just want to remember the places that they already discovered last week. So, for example, I went skating last week, and I went to about 3 or 4 different places all over Shanghai. Honestly, I can't remember where any of these places are. And this always happens, right? You find a great place, you want to share it with your friends, but you just can't remember where it is. Well, you can with our WeChat mini app, Skate City. So let's try and find one of these skate spots. I can already see that there are quite a few skate spots that have already been uploaded. The one I'm looking for, it's not quite here though. It had a ramp, so why don't we filter by the tag ramps? The second one looks pretty familiar, so let's click on it and see if it's the right one. Yeah, this is definitely the right one because I nearly broke my arm trying to go down that ramp. I can see it has 23 likes. It's quite popular, so I'm going to like it myself because it was a really great place to skate. I can also upload my own photo, but most important, of course, is the map. So I'm going to click on the map and see where it is. Great, it's not that far. Actually, it's only 20 minutes away, so that's perfect. So that's one skate spot found. But what I really want to do is I also want to be able to create my own skate spot. On the way to Loshangguanlu, there's a great set of stairs that I want to be able to share with my friends. So let's add it in. The name could be Stairs by Naked Hub. The description could be something like 10-foot drop, but watch out for the security guard. The location is, of course, Naked Hub. The tag style is stairs. I'm going to upload a photo so everyone can see what it looks like. And once it's saved, all I have to do is share it with my friends in one click on WeChat. So thanks to Skate City, I can find new places to skate, but I can also share my own with my friends. In the future, we hope to collaborate with some skatewear brands so users can see the skate shops on the map and maybe purchase some products. But for now, thank you for listening, and let's go skate our city.
Skate or die. All right, thank you, Skate City. The last 90-second pitch of the night, last but not least, is Spare Leash.
In China today, over 100 million pets. And people are literally going pet crazy. But you should know that pets become the part of our family. And when you're away or you're busy, there is no one to take care of them. So that's why we created Spare Leash, a platform which connects verified pet sitters to pet owners. Our services are based on trust and transparency. We literally interview every pet sitter, so they take care of your pets like of their own. Our service is 100% cage-free. Just imagine Airbnb for pets. Right now, we are in 3 cities. We have over 1,000 clients who generate over 300,000 RMB per month. And right now, we're scaling up. And if you have any questions, you want to join our team, you'd like to be a pet sitter, or have any other questions, or free stuff for your pet, we are over there. And my name is Katya. I'm CTO. I was Wagon alum 6 months ago. So, yeah, and then him, the CTO. So please come to Spare Leash booth and ask us anything. Thank you.
All right, one dad joke. Let's see. What do you call cheese that is not your cheese? You didn't raise your hand. What do you call an elephant that's not relevant? Thank you for raising your hand. An irrelevant. Ready? Where? Oh. I never made it into the baseball team. All right, next but not last. All right, last but not least. Ito.
Who's got problems? I know, I've got problems. I've got plenty of problems. I don't know what I'm gonna do after the camp, you know, job opportunities, freelancing. My lovely girlfriend is always angry at me. But there's one question that keeps popping up every day of my life, every day. And it's one question that even MindRock can't solve. What am I gonna eat? So that question gets even worse when you're dealing with, if you're gonna go out with your coworkers, your friends, your relatives. You don't know what they like, you don't know what they don't like, you don't know how they're feeling. It's all these questions that spurred myself and our team to find an answer using a little bit of WeChat magic, a lot of help from our fantabulous teachers and TAs, and a little bit of Wagon elbow grease, and we created a WeChat mini app called Idao, or Yedo. So, the situation is, I'm hungry. I'm actually really hungry right now, but I'm hungry, and I want to go out with some of my best friends. So I'm going to open up the Idao app and click on a new meal. All right, so I'm going to have to upload an image. I want to make this catchy, make this, you know, seen by everybody. So, yeah. And I'm gonna have to name it something catchy, something interesting as well, so that everyone will want to join my meal. Maybe Chilama? Chilama? And set it for today, maybe at 9 o'clock. And as you can see here, I have 2 options for location. I could use either my current location, or I could use everybody's location. So everybody inputs their location, where they're living, where they're at right now. And Yedo will actually triangulate and find the center point so they can find the most convenient restaurant for everybody. But since everyone's here, all my friends are here, I think, we're gonna use that one and Kaisha. All right, so now since I'm the group owner, I get to choose first. So I'm gonna choose for my first one. I'm feeling like a little bit of hot pot. We'll go all. Secondly, how about some Japanese sushi? Sushi's always good. And how about pizza? Who doesn't love pizza? All right, and let's go. So it takes me to the group page. This is where all the magic happens, where you see all your restaurants and the current recommendation by the app. So it says Hogo because I'm the first one. I love me some Hogo, so it's number 1. But a group meal is not a group meal without people. So I'm gonna share it to my friends and wait for a response.
Okay. Hello, okay. So I got a message from Stefan in our group chat, and he's inviting us for a meal. Click on the button straight away. I'm brought onto this site, and it's just asking me what I want to eat. And there's 3 choices. So for the first choice, I'm thinking about some Shanghainese food. Second choice, Japanese, maybe some sushi. And finally, for my third choice, I'll go for a Western buffet. So let's eat and see where this kind of brings me. Okay, I'm taken to this site where it's showing, a meal for today.
And currently there's only 2 of us going. I mean, as much as I love Stefan's beautiful face, we've been working together for the past 3 weeks, I kind of want more people to join us. So let me share it to a group of interesting people and see what they say. So, have you guys ever found yourself in a position where you're invited into a group meal, a group event in person, and the thing is, you don't really want to go to that event, you don't like it, but for the sake of being polite, you're like, yeah, might as well go. You end up not enjoying yourself at this event, and time is wasted, right? So, if this has ever happened to you, it's actually quite normal. It happens to most of us, it happens to the best of us, because the majority of the time, we're just trying to be nice. But the thing is, this kind of problem happens so often that's even plaguing businesses. And if you've actually been to a business school, this phenomenon is actually called the Abilene paradox. Anyway, essentially one of the main reasons why we created this app is to solve this paradoxical problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna be all confused and hungry and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go back to the app and look at all my meals, all the meals that I have, current and past ones, and I'm gonna go back and try to find Chunuma. All right, so, we got 19 people coming. Oh, Tommy, Kai, Sophie, Ellen, Boris. Jeez. All right. And fantastic. And it looks like Yedo is recommending us some Sutro Thai. All right, sounds good. All right, so I have a whole bunch of restaurants available to me. So take a look at the first one. Take a look at its location. It's pretty far away. So maybe not the first one. How about the second one? Even worse. But you know what? I know that one place. My girlfriend recommended it to me. She loves it. So I'm going to take that second one there. It's going to be a bit of a trek, but I know it will be worth it. I'm going to slide that right and lock it in. And boom, there you go. Now the restaurant is locked in, and now every person in the group that's signed up will be able to see that restaurant and know exactly where to go. So just to let everyone know, I'm going to share that restaurant, that link one more time and let everyone know that's where we're going for dinner. So quite simply guys, Yedo is an app that takes the burden of the decision-making process from the meal organizer, it's a very difficult decision, and gives it to the entire group. So everyone can have their voice on what they want to have for dinner. And then Yedo takes all of those preferences, puts it through our algorithm, and gives you fantastic restaurant choices so that you can find that perfect next meal out. All right, so thank you very much.